Hi, so it's already the new year. It's January 1st when I'm shooting this video, and I will finally start brewing my very first home brewed beer. So I have a bit more than 2 gallons of water here. So let's start to heat that. So I bought a stopwatch set, right? I mentioned it's a cheap stopwatch set, and the 26 centimeter diameter size stopwatch is the one I'm going to use to brew the beer. Okay, so let me just take the cover off, and then I have this smaller one ready to dispose of the bag, prior to disposing the extracted milk. So I'm going to use the Garrafa Type 1, the typical light roasted malt. Just turn it on, right? So we're going to wait for that to reach about 69 degrees Celsius. I'm just basing on the tutorial videos that I've watched, and there's this one video that I will link here I will link in the description, or I will show the channel name of. Among all the tutorial videos, it's the one that's really friendly to first-time home brewers. I got this digital thermometer. Actually, this is for the cafe. So a digital thermometer that I got because of the coffee curiosity I had, and then the weighing scale I'm going to use, or there's another weighing scale here, but the primary weighing scale I'm going to use is actually a Hario. It is another brand of coffee brewing apparatus. Okay, so I'm going to weigh about 760 grams, so 0.76 kilograms of this. And by the way, I mentioned in the previous vlog that I'm going to use a grinder because I don't have a mill yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy for this use, but I guess if I become really enthusiastic about making beer at home, then probably buy a small mill for the malt. Is this clean? Yeah, I think it's clean. Is it? Okay, let me set that aside. Okay. So this is a Hario. Okay, and I teared it already. Okay, so you're gonna see that I'm kind of scrambled because this is my first time, so I'm not very agile yet. This is how I was when I was learning coffee. Like, I would be all over the place. I was learning about brewing coffee. Being a barista. At the beginning, I was just kind of all over the place and kind of panicky. Anyway. Wow. Okay, just so I love the smell of this malt. It's the first time I opened a bag of malt. Wow, that smells good. Okay, so this is a small grinder. So I'm gonna divide it into 3, so about 250, 250, and 260 grams. I would love to have all these other equipment ready at the beginning, but I mean not consistently be brewing at home, so you have to be practical. So this is just testing. Okay, so that's just a little bit. Kind of surprised cut with this grinder, but yeah, I shouldn't I should not let it sit there for a long time because I can't use powder. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of powdery. Alright, that should be enough. I think. Now I'm gonna show it to you up close. Go tell me in the comments section if the grind is okay. Now I'm actually excited. I just procrastinate a lot for things like this. For things that I'm gonna do for the first time, and I know the amount of work that's gonna be put in it, and the uncertainty. I'm thinking of the uncertainty. I would usually find myself procrastinating. Does that happen to you? Alright, so what's the temperature? Okay, so it's around 58 degrees Celsius. This is now approaching 70 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna put off the flame in a bit. Alright, so it's a bit more than 70 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on top of this induction cooker. 70 degrees Celsius is like, I remember in the standards for plants, for manufacturing plants, like in the oil and gas industry where I used to be in, 70 degrees Celsius is like the threshold for if you're going to insulate the pipe. You're going to evaluate based on the temperature of the process fluid passing through it, and if it's 70 degrees Celsius and above, then you have to put on a protective insulation to avoid injury. I have this towel ready to insulate basically, and then let me open this filter bag, the matched on filter bag. So this is about 70 degrees Celsius already, and I'm gonna add in the malt. Okay. Now I'm adding it at 70 degrees Celsius since the whole solution will cool down after adding the malt, and right now it's the sides are exposed, so metal is a good conductor, so in terms of heat loss, you have to cover it. So I took a towel in the storage, and now this is an issue, I think, I'm not sure. I'm using a wooden spatula for stirring this. So I hope it's okay. I worry that it can affect the flavor. I'm not sure how sensitive beer brewing is. Like you have to use as inert materials as possible. Now, let's check the temperature of that. Alright, so that's 69 degrees Celsius. Let me give you a closer look. Whee! Because I'm seeing others do this, like they transfer it to an insulated container, so just to prevent the heat loss, and they don't have to monitor the temperature and turn on the stove from time to time. Again, that conserves energy, and that's a good approach, I think. So this is what I'm doing now, and then I'm gonna start the timer now. 1 hour. Okay, so while waiting for this, I'm gonna start to sanitize the carboy glass fermenter. Okay, this assembly, and also the siphon tube. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use hot water to do that. Sanitize this hot water, and I'm thinking teaspoon of oxidizing agent, which is Clorox. Now I know it might affect the brew, you know, because it smells Clorox, and not just that, it's an oxidizing agent. It might kill bees. So I'm gonna make sure that I will rinse this properly with hot water or warm water as well. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I cannot find a no-wash sanitizer online. I mean, I'm from the Philippines, and I don't know, I just can't find a supplier here in the country of no-wash sanitizer. Not even in China, because you know the e-stores that we have in the Philippines, a lot of them get from China, and even Chinese suppliers, they don't carry any. I'm not sure if I just cannot search well, but anyway, so that's my plan. I hope it's okay. We'll see. Okay, so I cleaned this up, the carboy glass fermenter. I've already cleaned this up, and for now, it passes at least the smell test. So there are 3 minutes left before the extraction at around 69 degrees Celsius. It's done. Now let's talk about. Now I'm gonna weigh the hops now. This is the hops that I mentioned in my previous vlog that has expired already 2 weeks ago. But this is it. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it looks like. This is the. Yeah, can you see it? Now I only need 13.5 grams, and I added immediately when boiling. I'm not gonna use everything, so there goes nothing. 13.5. Wow. I think I can still use it. Well, so the pellets have been clumped together already. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing hot. Yeah, this is in pellet form. I hope it's still good. I mean, there is a grace period, right? Like when manufacturers put expiry date in their food products, there must be a grace period. Like it's not actually spoiled at the time. And you can always smell it for testing. And well, this is actually the first time I'm gonna smell hops. Like when back in college, when we talked about different chemical engineering processes, like chemical manufacturing plants or whatever. Basically plants that involve chemical engineering. We talked about brewing actually, but it's just kind of in passing. It's just based on books, and we learn about hops and all that. Okay, timer starts. Timer's ended. So our extraction is done. Okay, so this is about 13.8 grams of hops I put in. There, and since this is my first brew, I'm just gonna use it for the bitter flavor and whatever other flavors that you put during the first boil. At the start of the boil, the hops that you put at the start of the boil. The other pots are coming in handy. So this smaller pot is where I will put the extracted malt with the filter bag, before I dispose it. So that's convenient. And then this, I'm thinking, is where I will immerse the wort container later for the cooling process. I'm gonna put sort of an ice bath in there. Such a move, man. Okay, so hopefully we have extracted a lot from I can already smell the aroma of beer because of the hops. Like, you know, it's familiar. Like, wow. So I turned the induction cooker a few times throughout the 1 hour during the 1 hour extraction process, just to make the temperature 69 degrees. So it would drop to about 66 or 65 to 66 degrees Celsius, and then I will turn it on. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Wow, convenient. So good thing I bought several stock pots. Now we're gonna do the open boil, which we love. I'm gonna wait for this to boil before I add the hops. When this is boiling, I can just dispose the extracted malt to the soil immediately and then wash this up. And this is what I'm gonna use to filter the wort later on when I'm gonna transfer it to the fermenter. Okay, so the solution is now boiling, you know, and it will start to roll. So I'm gonna add hops now. I don't have to wait for it to like really roll and be too particular about it, you know. Also to save energy. Okay, I just added the hops and oh yeah, so it's just starting to roll. I'm gonna set the timer now to 1 hour. Okay, so I just came from outside and I disposed the extracted malt already. I'm gonna wash this. Okay, it's more than halfway since our boil, and I found time to wash this already. So, anyway, I have time for breakfast. I'm just eating oatmeal. When I started this video, like around 7:30 in the morning, it's now 10 minutes before 10 a.m. I didn't eat, I just drank water because I was so filled with, you know, from the celebration. Like we ate at around 12 midnight, so that's already January 1, so that's the day already. And then, you know, ate for about an hour, up to 2 hours actually. We had things and all, so we are eating well. So yeah, I was filled, that's why I'm only having my breakfast now. And this is oatmeal with peanut butter. My favorite these days. It continues to boil, and it's still not halfway through. I think this is still more than 1 gallon. Okay, so our 1 hour is up. Yeah, it's almost up. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna transfer it. Like my method will be, I'm gonna transfer it to this smaller stock pot. I mean, 1 gallon will now go here, and while this filter bag is in. So the reason why I'm going to do this, okay, yeah, I'm going to stop the boil. Okay. And then the reason why I want to do that is because I feel like there are still other stuff floating in the wort. So I just realized this smaller container is better for the ice bath or the cold bath that I will do here. Okay. Right. So yeah, that's a workaround. There is a sort of Filipino touch to what I'm going to do because for my cooling bath, I'm going to use, so to cool this quickly, I'm going to add ice. These are bags of ice. This is actually, if you're Filipino, you would know that. You will be very familiar with this bag of ice that we sell for 1 peso per bag. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, put it here, and then add water. Okay, so I cooled it down, but I'm not able to cool it to down to 15 degrees Celsius, which is around 15 degrees Celsius, 15.5. According to the recommendation of my reference. So that's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And convert it to Celsius to about 15.6 degrees Celsius. But the thing is, the reason why I settled for a bit higher temperature, so this is below 20 degrees Celsius, about 19 degrees Celsius actually. But I'm fine with it because I would be fermenting at room temperature, and it's not cold here in the Philippines, so I'm just gonna check how it goes based on the ambient temperature, like room temperature here in the Philippines, which is usually a hot place, but it's January now, so it's fine. Okay, I have the yeast ready, so we're now going to transfer this beer to the carboy fermenter. Oh wow! Okay. So it fits my container. All right, great. Now it's time to add the yeast. Now this is 11.5 grams, but this is made for good enough for 5 gallons. So I'm not gonna weigh it anymore. I'm just gonna put it directly here. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Maybe a maximum of 1/3 of this container. There it is. There it is. Okay. I'm no longer priming it. I'm just putting it directly here. Just about 1/3. 1/5 if I can. So I feel like that's enough. Just eyeballing it. I'm gonna take this and put it back in the fridge. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. Good luck, yeast. Then I will fill this airlock. So wish me luck, guys. This will be left for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, I'm gonna put it in a bottle. Yeah, I'm still debating whether I'll buy like a set of amber bottles, like beer bottles, and then the swing top caps. You know, because after 2 weeks, I would have to wait another 2 weeks after I will transfer this to the bottles. Then I add priming sugar, and then wait for another 2 weeks before I can actually enjoy or taste the beer. Also, I'm still thinking whether I'll buy another carboy glass fermenter so that I can already start with the basically with the brewing of the other type of malt, which is the Carafa type 2, which is a darker roast. So yeah, either I'll see you in a week or 2 weeks. If I see you in 2 weeks, or maybe a bit more than 2 weeks, then it means I decided to just wait for this batch before I try and give another try. However, if I see you in a week, it means I bought another glass carboy fermenter and decide to brew the next one as I wait for the fermentation, this first batch. So this is vlog number 2 of my learning process in the art and science of home brewed beer. Now I'm actually really excited, and I'm happy that I finally started this, and let's see how this goes. I mean, how this whole thing goes, whether I'll be addicted or, you know, I'll get nerdy about it. I probably will, but again, for now this is just a hobby. We'll see what will happen next. Alright, bye! Oh, by the way, I decided to cover it in a towel, just to keep it cool as well. Like, right now it's in a cool temperature, and so as long as I store it somewhere in the house where there's no sunlight that's going to touch it, then I guess it will remain relatively cool.